All right, with this West 2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi. Boy, I'll tell you what, we've got some pretty good storms out there right now in Sumter County. They will likely head up towards Marion County. We've got Erin out there, a lot to talk about. And we've got your work week forecast now that the kiddos are back in school. So we're going to cover all of that here in just a scotch. Let me switch this on over here and show you Erin. Let's begin with Erin. It's that feature northwest of the Cabo Verde Islands, not that latest wave coming off there of the west coast of Africa. Again, a little bit of dry air got entwined in that today and just kind of kept it at bay. Now it's going to get a little bit stronger, and it's going to get a little bit bigger here down the road. Let me show you the official 7-day cone forecast, and you can see there's Tuesday on into Tuesday evening, Wednesday, Thursday evening, and then on to Friday and Saturday. We think that we're going to have ourselves a major hurricane by the time we head into the upcoming weekend. And at that juncture, there will more than likely be some significant wave action impacting the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, the Windward Islands, and the Bahamas, and potentially even the east coast of Florida. Now, of course, we all know that the Bahamian Islands do act as a barrier somewhat for some of that wave action, but there's still going to be plenty to have to watch with that. Now, getting a lot of questions about San Juan and what are the impacts going to be there. For now, it looks like everything's going to stay north and east of there, so they're likely going to be in good shape. For us, however, we're going to watch the trends going forward. There are going to be two camps. One is going to turn to the north, and one that may go more towards the west, northwest, and that is what we're going to be watching here going forward. So let me go ahead and give you a little bit of a time reference there. There's Tuesday, there's Wednesday, there's Friday. You can see right there, there's the tracks. The HFSA and HFBA are more the newer tropical models. They're going to be more towards the south and the west. So let's take a look now. There's a look at we're still doing some practicing, so it's a little bit loud in here. But there's a look at the big dome of high pressure, that big ridge of high pressure. That's what is going to eventually steer this system. Stronger storms tend to curve more quickly out to sea. Weaker storms tend to sometimes head more towards the west. Tend. So that's the key there. Tend to. And we're going to watch that. And the other reason we really want to watch this, folks, is because of the intensity forecast. Look at Tuesday, look at Wednesday, look at Thursday. You can see ramp it up. By Thursday, we can have a hurricane. By Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we may have ourselves a major hurricane. So that's why we need you to keep checking back in. There are a lot of folks thinking, oh, the models are curving to the north. It's done. It's over with. This far out, don't bet on it. This is going to change a couple more times before it's really set in stone. I think it won't be until this point here, where the models are at this juncture here at the end of this, 5-day, 6-day loop here, that we'll really know for sure what's going to be happening. Remember, hurricane hunters, they're not even in there yet. Once they start flying in, they sample the environment in and around the storm, and that gives us much, much more reliable data. Do we like the fact that the models are starting to come together, at least initially, tightening on up as we call it? Yeah, but there's still at the end there a wide range in where this could head. So let me do this. These are the deterministic global models, and we do have good agreement on these two. But notice the GFS tonight. It's a little bit more towards the west. Euro to the west of Bermuda. Now earlier, they were going right towards Bermuda. So there has been a subtle shift a little bit towards the west. So again, just something that we're going to be watching here going forward. The other thing that we have to watch, this is real-time wave data right now. The wave heights, you can see 6, 7, 8 feet right there ahead of Erin. Now, when we go down the road, let me show you this. This is Sunday. And in that red area right there, that is a zone of 40-foot plus waves. And you can see what the Bahamian Islands are doing. They're acting as a barrier, but still, some of that wave action will start to impinge on coastal Florida by the time I think we head towards the latter half of the weekend, unless this thing slows down. So that's going to be something I think also that we are going to have to watch. I want to do one other thing here. Somebody was asking about that dry air. Let me turn a couple of things on here. All right, so here's what we got. So there's the dry air. This is what I think today has been limiting the development on Erin. Just kind of keep it at bay. There's a lot of dry air on the southern side of that big ridge of high pressure, but that is going to break down, and things are going to moisten on up. But here's the interesting thing. So behind Erin, we've got a wave, a wave, a wave, and a wave. So it is going to be busy. And you can see these water temperatures now are coming back to life. They are starting to warm up. They are definitely a lot warmer than where they were. Oops. Just about a week ago. That's another reason why we need to keep checking on it. So, in the short run, this is going due west. So there's your magical 80-degreer, and then from there, does it go this way or does it go that way? And that's what we'll have to find out here going forward. So again, we don't want to write this off. Let me show you the Euro water vapor channel. This is going west. And then there's a little trough to the north of it, starting to pull it to the north. There's another wave behind the Erin, another wave behind that one. The two kind of merged there. Look at that. So the Euro is very, very active. Lots of features to watch. Look at the GFS here. There's Erin. Now, GFS tonight is trending more towards the west, folks. Still east of Florida, but that is a bit farther west than the previous run. So that is a beast right there, and a couple more waves behind it. So lots of moving parts here, lots of things to watch, lots of time to watch it. Nobody needs to panic, but you do need to observe. You do need to watch, and that is what we're going to do here. All right, so let me do this. Model comparison. There's the Euro. There's the GFS. There's Erin. You can see right there. Right there. Boom. So subtle differences there that we're going to have to watch with time. So that's that. So, all right, somebody wanted to see the spaghetti plots again. No problem. I'm going to do it within the cone. Something else. Yeah, there's a few things. Denise Smith, good to have you there. There's the good news here in that cone, all the models are exactly in the heart of that cone. And then at the very, very end, you can see the Canadian, the AVN. The AVN, the new AVN is actually about in here, a little bit more to the west. I just showed you, that's the GFS. So that is trending more towards the west. Thank you, Jan. It's good to be back home. Renee Piazza, Elizabeth Hart, all in the house. All right, let's take some questions. Anybody got some questions, thoughts, concerns? Love to hear them. It's good to be back. Haven't been on in a while. Denise Smith, always appreciate you back in the house. And I have a favor to ask of you guys. I would love for you to share tonight's feed with your loved ones. We just, we want them to know, to stay in the know. We want them to know what is going on, and just to keep watching it. We're in the watch mode. We're not in the worry mode. Mike Rogers is in the house. It has been a beautiful summer. Everybody's still going to buy out. Denise, that's what they do. Laura Lee Wright, that is correct. Way too early. Again, this is Saturday evening. I think at that point we're going to know what's going on. I don't think definitively we will know until then. We're not flying those hurricane hunters in yet. You on Monday? Yeah, I think you can fly out of Europe. We'll just have to wait and see what it's going to be like here in Central Florida on Monday. So just FYI, keep checking back in. I do these Facebook Lives every night. So just keep checking back in. Time frame? No. Time frame is next week. Time frame would be again. This is 8 p.m. Monday. This is right there. Look, there's Sunday. It's noon Sunday. So from here, if it were to hit the southeast, it'd be probably about another 3 days. So you're looking at Wednesday-ish. Pam Ann's in the house. Amber, you guys have some good thunderstorms going on over you. I'll get to the radar here in a second. Got to go on a vacation with you. Thank you. Kathleen M. Johnson, yes. Glad you guys like those photos and pictures. Pam Ann, good to have you. Yes. Giovanni Diaz is in the house. Mike Veriton Perry, I think he said 4. Somebody wanted to see the intensity. I'm thinking that it was a Cat 4. So yeah, there is a model going to Cat 4. So yeah, that's why, again, I always say you got to watch these things, and there are going to be shifts and changes between now and then. There's no doubt about it. Models like the wobble, going back and forth, and we're doing all of this without any Hurricane Hunter data yet. Again, I got to make that very clear. Bob, it's not just Bermuda. It's the Southeast. It's the Mid-Atlantic. So there's a lot to watch. Della Hobby. Della, how you been, girl? Hope you're doing well. Tell the family I said hi. Juanita Jimenez, thank you. Thank you for the welcome backs. Appreciate you. You know that. All right. So, what else can I show you? Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Let me do this. Let me do this. All right. This is kind of a cool graphic that I posted while on vacation. So, this is if a storm was here near Nassau, it could take anywhere from no time to 2 days. If a storm is in this second shade of red, to hit the United States could be anywhere from 2 to 3 days. This far out, just west of the Cabo Verde Islands, we are talking about 10 to 12 days before a storm has any chance of reaching the United States. And I am not saying that this storm is headed our way. I'm not saying it is or isn't. It's too early to determine. Pam, the vacation was fantastic. Thank you for asking. Stacy Johnson, we look at them, we watch them. We're still in that learning curve with AI, so we'll just continue to watch that. Good evening to you, Nancy, Carmen Milagros, Tammy. Will the Bahamas be good until Sunday? The Bahamas will be good until Sunday. So you're good there. Wave action will likely be picking up though on Sunday. Mary Richards in the house. Good to have you there. That's correct, Lisa and Elizabeth. Dina Androsoff, good to have you. Good to have you. So that is a look at that. Now, the other thing that I do want to talk about here is that we have some good storms here in Central Florida tonight. So let me just do a quick little radar, then I'll go back to the tropics. Kathy, good to have you. Will the storm go to Kathy, too early to say whether or not it's going to miss Florida. Models seem to go. Mike Rogers, they always do. That's exactly right. All right, so we have some potent storms here, building up towards Bushnell. Back towards, let's do this. There it is. Lake Panasoffkee, Denellen between now and about 9:45. Betsy's in the house. Linda Rush, thank you, appreciate you. You know that. So again, if you guys don't mind sharing this feed tonight, that would be absolutely, I would be very, very grateful for you to do that. Just want to get the word out. Just want people to know what's going on. So there it is. 72,300 folks in Sumter County going to be impacted by this storm. Kathy, too early to say whether it's going to miss Florida or not. Kathy Ocho had a great vacation. Thank you for asking. Bill Nagy. Hey, everybody. David Eisenberg is in the house. Again, doing a little bit of caretaking there. There's a look now at Ocala. Lisa Torres, there we go. NTV. Elizabeth, that was the graphic over Africa. They're right now going due west. Still plenty of time to watch them. Was in Sarasota. Oh my God, unbelievable, Carol, how much rain fell in such a short period of time. Cindy, thank you. Cassandra Miller, thank you. All right, so that we'll watch this for Denellen and Sumter County. Strong storms. Somebody wanted to see the winds. Let me do this real quick. Velocity, we'll do Tampa. See, nice little doohickey there. SRV. There it is. MCO. Yeah. So yeah, some gusty winds for sure. Let's do this. Here's Tampa, Jacksonville, Melbourne. Yeah, nothing. No hail. It's just some good old rain and wind. All right, let me go back to the tropics. I know some folks are just now getting in. And I'll make sure they know what's going on. Quiet hurricane season. Donna, we've had 5 named storms through right now. That's actually right about normal. The average first hurricane doesn't come until the 11th, which would be today. We're not, Erin is probably going to be a hurricane. It's just not. It's going to be a few days thought. Cameron, this is a tough one. I think that in the short run, it's going to go due west. All right. And there's that big high to the north. Question for me then becomes, what is this thing going to look like by the weekend? Does it continue to intensify? Thank you, Roberto. Roberto just fixed my legs. Let's see. Welcome back, Nicole Martinez. Thank you. Cindy Edwards, headlining about. Oof. Costa Rica weather. We'll get to that. Same track. Cameron, let's not use that word. Welcome back, Deb. Thank you. Diana Reed, thank you. Appreciate you. All the kudos and kind words here tonight. So, look, here's the deal. I want to see hurricane hunters in there. I want to know what the sampling looks like around the storm. And then I want that data to be fed into this storm. So here's the deal. You can see the whites. Those are some pretty hardcore tropical models. All right. And they tend to do pretty well. Then we've got the H-Wharf. Then we got the TVCN. So plenty of time to watch this. Melissa Marie Oster, no such thing as late. Jamie Lewis is in the house. Rudzik in the house. Radner's in the house. We got the whole gang in here. So we got all those models. And as of the 5 o'clock advisory, those models are square within that cone, which has got to make you feel pretty good. And, the models have tightened up at least through 5 days. There's a bigger spread, though, towards Sunday and Monday that we're starting to see. Ben Osher's in the house. Stephanie Buca Morales. Good to have you, Stephanie. Steph is in the house. So this is what we're going to be watching right there. Okay, what does the ridge look like down the road? And how strong does this get? If it gets stronger, it should curve. If it doesn't get stronger, look out. And then it can go more towards the west and then strengthen. Here's the scenarios. Gotta love the fit. Austin Bealey. I think let's play the Braves tomorrow. Yep, Cindy. Yep, Austin. We're gonna see about that. Does it stay out to the east, or does it scoot more towards the west? The latest GFS coming in is still east of Florida, but west of Bermuda now. So there's been a little bit of shift towards the west. Nanette, we'll wait to see what the other models do when they come in later on. Anne Marie's in the house. Elizabeth Hahn, yep. Thank you. Katie Wheatley, Anne Marie, Nikki Momo, also in the house with us tonight. Always appreciate you popping in and saying hi. Hope you guys had yourselves a good weekend. All right, so look, a lot of time to watch it. No need to panic. No need to panic. We're watching, but we're not worried. We're watching, but we're not worried. Was in Indianapolis. Jan, good to have you there. Hurricane hunters going in. No, not for a while. Too far to the east. They don't fly that far to the east. Too expensive. Fuels cost a lot. You have to have a place to land and fuel up. Tom Austin, good to have you. Why are you starting? They tend to carve out a hole in a ridge, and that's why they're more apt to turn. So that's why we watch that. JC going to PR. Louis, when are you coming back from PR? You need to. You're okay through Sunday. We'll just watch the trends on this puppy, but just keep an eye on it there, big dog. Obviously, you can watch my Facebook lives from down there. Puerto Rico just had some gusty showers, getting rain in Ocala right now. Carol, appreciate that. Shelby Zylo, good to have you there. Terry Lottie, David Eisenberg is in the house. So there's a look at that. And again, you guys know my motto: sharing is caring. Friday's going to be the hottest day of this week and the driest day of the week. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, rain chances go back up. Same thing with the coastal 7-day forecast. Are you coming back Friday? You're good. So if you're going for just a couple of days, you're fine. Gloria Goalie, hola, glow, good to have you right there. Katie, a fish storm is a storm that stays out to sea. Shells, Tony Baloney, cruise was fantastic. Shells, thank you for asking. Yep, there it is. So there's the coast. Friday, also the driest and the hottest. Showers and storms come back as we head into the upcoming weekend. All right, real quickly here. I know some of you wanted to see what's going on nationally. Ricky Brugone, Louie, you're welcome. And Leanne, thankfully, Lily, you're too kind to me. 90 in St. Louis, 79 in St. Louis, 98 in Portland, folks. That's just, that's pretty hot. Very hot for them. Susan Giovanni, good to have you there, Suey girl. I'm sure they went to Sue. I don't know anything about that, but I do know that we do have a front there. We have lots of energy. Oops. There we go. So there it is, a little feature there in the Gulf. Going to head to the west. We're not too worried about it. Then we'll fly around the globe like we always do. And then I'll end it on the tropics again. Nikki Momo, thank you. Grass is loving the rain. Yes, mine too. Little signs of some cooler air now. Up there in Alaska and Canada, 38 Fort Ross, 52 in Nome, 49 in Point Barrow, 48 in Iqaluit. Burning up in the southwest. Hot in St. Louis, 80 in Boston, 86 in Belize, 82 in Caracas, 45 La Paz, 39 Punta Arenas. There's a look at Cape Town, 48, Luanda, 68. Rabat, Morocco, 70. London, 68. Oslo, 54. Moscow, 55. Baghdad, 90. Raidai, 91. Bishkek, 79. Bratsk, 52. Ulaanbaatar, 50. There we go. Yakutsk, 66. Shanghai, 90. Manila, 86. Oops, that was a little quick. Makassar, 79. Port Moresby, 84. Jakarta, 79. There's Broome, 75. Adelaide, 55. Christchurch, 46. Bora, 72. Over to Hawaii, 85 to almost 90. 104, love that. Melissa Lynn's ready. 72 Costa Rica. Let's find out. 72 San Jose, Costa Rica. That is correct. All right, real quick here. Colorado Springs. Been warm there. Nikki Momo. So there's our feature, northwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. And then right there, there's your cone. A Cat 3 by Saturday. There it is. And then the models, good agreement through Sunday. West to west, northwest. Then there tends to be a little bit more of a shift in the models, back and forth. So things that we would have to watch going forward. There it is again. Boom. So, and the reason why we want to watch it, when you look at these intensity forecasts, folks, Ron Misak, Tom Perry, Cindy Edwards, gotta have to wait. There you go. All right, look at those intensity forecasts. Going up, folks. Major hurricane by several of the models as we head into the upcoming weekend. All right, I need to make some updates. I'm going to let you guys run. Let you do your thing. I'm going to do my thing, and I'm here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday, but working Saturdays. We got the Bucks game, so they're going to give me Friday off to work Saturday to be here for the Bucks game. So just FYI on that. All right, gang, let me rock and roll. See you guys tonight at 10. I'll have the updated spaghetti pots. Those should be coming in between 9 and 9:30. Then we'll shoot those out to everybody. Make sure you guys are all good to go. All right, until then, ciao, ta-ta. See you all tonight at 10 and 11.